What up, everybody? Welcome back to another Comically Boston. Today is episode 118. It is another beautiful Monday. We are into December of 2023. The year is almost over. So today we are going to be ranking my Marvel projects from 2023. We just finished Loki, and we are just about finished with all the Marvel projects. We still have What If Season 2 coming, but that will be what we're looking for next. And today we're going to be ranking the shows that we've seen so far from the Disney Plus shows from Marvel. We're going to be ranking the movies that we've gotten this year and maybe say what my favorite movie of 2023 has been so far. But we're also going to be looking at the 2024 slate for TV shows and movies coming up and some exciting stuff we have for next year. But first, let's get into some sports real quick. My Celtics last played on Friday night. We beat the 76ers, and we have a game tonight, Monday night, against Indiana Pacers. Celtics are currently 15-4, and tonight's game's at 7:30. It's a tournament game. We had clinched first seed, so we are now advancing on to those knockout rounds. But Mr. Jason Tatum on Friday night got ejected, and then the next day had his technical foul demoted to a common foul. So clearly that ref had it out for him in that game, because Jason Tatum is not somebody that gets ejected very often. I think he's gotten ejected twice in his career, and he's played a couple seasons so far. So, he's not necessarily somebody that's getting teed up and getting tossed that easily, unless some ref's doing some bullshit, and he's like, that's some fucking bullshit. Who are you? And they're like, damn, get him out of here. Yeah, I hate refs. Refs are so gay. If you want to be a ref, that is the worst profession I could possibly think of. You want to be somebody that enforces the rules. Oh, you traveled. Well, get the fuck out of here. Go play basketball. Don't be a ref. Come on. But, so Celtics tonight, 7:30. Excited for that. Stay tuned. We'll be talking more basketball next week. But I hope they win against that Indiana Pacers. Last time we faced them, we beat them by 51 back in November. So, exciting stuff. But let's move on to some news, some headlines, exciting things coming in 2024, things to look forward to. The strike has ended, so a ton of trailers and projects have been released, and actors are doing interviews, so there's a ton of stuff to talk about. But first, there was a image released for Sonic 3, teasing Shadow, which is definitely my favorite Sonic character. Knuckles is probably a second, but they already have Idris Elba for Knuckles. So who's going to be the voice for Shadow? Reports are coming in that it's going to be Chris Pratt. So he's got Mario and Shadow. Damn, son. And Garfield. Chris Pratt's been doing a hell of a lot of voice acting. I guess he's got that funny voice, and I wonder what his Shadow is going to be, because obviously it's not going to be his Mario or his Garfield. But coming up in 2024, we got some really exciting movies, but let's talk about some Star Wars stuff that's going to be happening in 2024. I didn't even realize we had stuff coming in 2024 for Star Wars, but here we are. We got Skeleton Crew starring Jude Law. I'm still interested to see a trailer for that and see what is that going to be like. We have The Acolyte coming, which I think is going to be a badass show set before episode 1. So I think it's going to be set way back in the Star Wars universe. It's going to be real ancient Jedi, Sith type deal. I think that's going to be dope. The Bad Batch season 1 and 2, I believe, already came out, so that must be Bad Batch season 3. There's going to be more Tales of the Jedi. Those were great. I hope they do more Star Wars Visions. The 2 seasons of Star Wars Visions that's come out has been awesome. And we're going to get Andor season 2 this year, because you guys know me. If you watched Andor season 1, it's phenomenal. It's some of the best Star Wars content I've ever watched, hands down. And there's no Jedi in it, which is awesome. Just living in the Star Wars universe with base level Star Wars people, and not Jedi or Sith or Emperors, or just a guy on the ground fucking with the Empire. You know what I mean? That's some good shit. And Diego Luna as Cassian Andor is just phenomenal. Moving on, though, let's talk about some trailers that came out from CCXP, a Comic-Con down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And there was a bunch of things that got dropped over the weekend, and some news that was coming out. So this was a crazy week. So stay tuned for all this. This is a chunky episode, guys. And I'm going to maybe do some trailer breakdowns, but they all came out over the weekend, so it's a couple days later. So I don't know if I'll do the trailer reactions, but I'll at least talk about the stuff that got trailers. So, first off, House of the Dragon Season 2 got a trailer, and that's going to be coming summer of 2024. We got some posters. Here's, what is her name? Emilia Clarke? Olivia Allison Hightower? Something like that. This bitch in the green, taking over, blood for blood. She said she wanted her son's eye for an eye. Not good. And then there's Rhaenyra, fire to fire. So this is going to be the Dance of the Dragons for House of the Dragon Season 2. And it's going to be wild stuff here. Rhaenyra standing here on a cliff. She looks like she's about to fucking head back to King's Landing and burn them all. But I'm most excited to see Daemon Targaryen, Mr. Matt Smith here. He was a beast in Season 1. So Season 2, he looks like he's going to be maybe on his same dragon, maybe a different dragon. It almost looks like a giant body of a dragon behind him there. So I don't know. I think we're going to see some serious size and girth this season. Last season we got Ragnar? Whatever, the one-eyed boy. It's been a while since I've seen the show. I got to refresh my names and stuff. But he has one eye. He even puts a gemstone in it. But he gets the really big dragon. And he wasn't a dragon rider. Like, he didn't have an egg for himself. So he went and got this dragon. And this dragon is fucking the biggest dragon in the whole show so far. We haven't seen the cannibal, or I think there's Vermax. I think there's a couple other ones that are huge. But the biggest one so far is massive, and he did just have some dragon on dragon violence in the season finale last season. So I don't know where that's going to head next year, but it's going to be some interesting shit. Also coming in 2024, probably my most anticipated project of 2024, that is Dune Part 2, coming March 1st. It got moved up 2 weeks. March 1st, 2024, Dune Part 2, starring Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides. We got Zendaya as Shani. She's got the blue eyes, so they're both going to have blue eyes in this. Rebecca Ferguson's character, Lady Jessica, she's going to have blue eyes. She's badass. Probably my most anticipated character to see, just because I'm in love with her, is Florence Pugh. She's going to be playing Princess Irulan? Either way, I think she's the Emperor's daughter, and she ends up marrying Paul, even though Paul's kind of with Zendaya. I don't know if that's how the movie will go, but I think that's how the original movie went back in the 80s. We also have returning Dave Bautista as Beast Robin. I didn't realize his first name was Beast. But, yeah, Robin. This bastard here, this bald-headed Harkonnen beast. And then we get another bald head, Mr. Austin Butler, a.k.a. Elvis, coming in to play Feed Rotha. Either way, he's going to be playing, I believe, the Emperor's nephew or something like that. The Stellan Skarsgård's nephew, I believe. Either way, he's going to be bald, which he's got a beautiful head of hair. So him repping bald this movie is going to be interesting. And then, of course, we get the Emperor. We've seen in a little shot of the trailer, Emperor Sadim IV, played by Christopher Walken. Oh, I'm the Emperor. Oh, Foo Fighters. Comment below, is my impersonation of Christopher Walken there, or does it need a little bit of work? Moving on, we also got a trailer from Furiosa, which is going to be set before Fury Road and following the character of Furiosa. Here's a golden Furiosa here. This doesn't even look like her, but I believe this is Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, and that's a younger version of Charlize Theron's character from Fury Road, which is very interesting. And she's got the black head. She's still got hair here. This was the best shot in the trailer for me. She's standing there and there's like fire engulfing behind her. People were like, oh, the CGI looks terrible in the trailer. People are so retarded. Like, people are saying that with no knowledge of what CGI is. Like, you don't hear me talking about, oh, the CGI could look better here and there. It looked terrible. But I'm not saying that shit because I'm not a VFX artist, right? Like, sure, I know a little bit about VFX, but I don't know nearly enough to be like, this was bad. You don't know what happened. Like, it's a trailer for one. I'm sure the movie will look fine. And Fury Road's VFX, like everyone was like, it was all practical in Fury Road. No, it wasn't. Sure, there was practical stuff, but there was plenty of VFX in that movie, and it looked phenomenal. So just let them do their thing. This looks great, and one of my favorite characters in this trailer is Christopher fucking Hemsworth. Thor himself. You can see behind him, he's got a crash bike, he's holding a pistol, he's got a teddy bear chained to his crotch, he's got like a marching band type jacket, he's still ripped, love to see that, but he's got a big beard, long hair, and it like opens up the shot. I believe that's a young Furiosa behind him in this shot, holding that bear, and he has a fake nose, a long beard. It almost does not look like him at all, but once he started speaking, I was like, is that Chris Hemsworth? And the only reason I actually was confirmed that it's him because it says his name in the trailer. It's like, starring Chris Hemsworth. You're like, what the hell? But love to see him getting some work. But this is Chris Hemsworth face-to-face with Immortal Joe. And I hate Immortal Joe. He's one of my least favorite characters in this universe of grossness, which is Mad Max. You know, I'm not a huge Mad Max fan, but Fury Road was badass. I think I just like Tom Hardy. I don't know, maybe I'll have to go back and watch those. Mel Gibson probably did an okay job. I just got forced into watching them as a kid, which, if you get forced into watching anything, you're not going to like it, let's be real. But those two facing off, so maybe is this how Immortal Joe becomes Immortal Joe, and we're seeing a younger version of him, and we're just seeing the fall of Chris Hemsworth's character? But I don't know. His fake nose looks broken as heck, but Chris Hemsworth, I'm interested to see him a lot more than Anya Taylor-Joy in that character, but the trailer was interesting with the one arm and how she becomes like an amputee and shit. But I don't know, I think Charlize Theron's character was just so badass. She was so great in the role, so I don't know, Anya Taylor-Joy is going to have to really kill it in the role to show me what it's like to not be Charlize, you know what I mean? I don't know. But moving on, there was another trailer that got released for Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, trailer dropping, and it's coming out April 12th. So they've been putting in work on this. They had to have been, because the animation and stuff's got to take forever, the CGI, to make these giant apes and shit. But there was some posters that were released before the trailer, and there was 3 of them. There's one with this red ape face with blue eyes, and I was like, is that Kong? And then there's these 2 other ones, though. There's this one, which is definitely Kong, with the orange eyes, with the angry face, with the hand. And then there's this one with Godzilla with pink eyes, which I was like, why is that? Maybe it's just the poster idea. But it's not. It is 100% on purpose, because the trailer shows some very interesting things. But this is the new poster. Godzilla, Kong, rise together or fall alone. So they're going to be teaming up in this movie versus another Titan, which is cool. Just peak Godzilla fiction. But this poster was interesting. It's like them 2 above the clouds, and then there's like the Christ the Redeemer over there on the right. So is this going to be down in Brazil? Interesting. But we get a shot in the trailer of Kong holding an axe, right? And then this like thing, this big shadow is like walking towards him, and all of a sudden this little Kong thing walks out. But I have a feeling this little guy is the same big guy that we see. So yeah, this little guy, when he walks up to Kong in Hollow Earth, it looks like, he then walks up and he's like this little ape with green eyes. And so like, are they doing like a Son of Kong story, or what are they doing? But we see the same type of orange ape is really big on some beach somewhere. So I have no idea what his deal is, but we do see another shot of this giant orange ape with like a banderola, like a, you know, like a old cowboy with bullets in it, but it looks like it's made of bones and shit. So there's been another Kong species down in Hollow Earth just fucking up other Kongs. I don't know, but we do see in the bottom picture here Kong and Godzilla burst up through the surface, and they start charging towards what has to be this orange Kong. And it's Godzilla and Kong has like a metal arm, like a brace or something, or maybe he's got his arm stuck in something, or maybe he's just using it as extra powerful punch type deal. I have no idea. But we also see a shot of Godzilla charging up, and he's pink now? What is that? Why is he pink? I don't know. Maybe they saw Barbie and now he's just like, yeah, he's pink, fuck it. But I don't know, it seems interesting to me, nonetheless. I don't know really what's going to happen there, but it seems interesting, man. It really does. There was also a trailer for The Boys, season 4, I believe. I have not seen season 3, so I didn't necessarily fully watch this trailer, but I did catch some glimpses of it. But I just finished season 2, and I started season 3 last night of The Boys, so I'm going to go ahead and watch season 3, then I'm going to watch Gen V, prepare myself for The Boys season 4 coming out next year. But let's talk some Marvel stuff, shall we? We've talked about the news, we talked about all that stuff, but let's get into some Marvel news. Recently, Iman Vallani has been talking to some press for the Marvels movie, and she let it slip the other day that she was recording audio lines for Marvel Zombies, and that Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel is going to be playing a big role in Marvel Zombies. And that's going to be an animated akin to What If, to season 1 and 2. But it's going to be its own project with the zombies, kind of like season 1 zombie episode, but a whole thing just about zombies. And Kamala Khan's going to be playing a big role. Interesting. I find that very interesting, actually, because we haven't seen her in animated form yet, Miss Marvel, so they're going to put her in there for the first time and then make her a big role. I kind of like that. Deadpool 3. Rumors for Deadpool 3 has started filming again, and Jennifer Gardner was doing press for something recently, and the guy asked her, hey, what's odds we're going to see in Deadpool 3? And she kind of like laughingly was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. You know, and she kept laughing and smiling. So clearly we know she knows that we know that she's in Deadpool 3, but she's just like, I don't want to get in trouble with Marvel. I'm not going to say anything. I don't know. You know, so she's playing that that Andrew Garfield werewolf game. But we do see that Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy is filming, and they're back on set for the Deadpool 3. In this picture here, obviously Deadpool standing next to Wolverine, but Wolverine has Deadpool's blades stabbed through him. So Hugh's just hanging out, but we also saw some huge images that leaked yesterday on the filming of this. Hugh Jackman looking like he's punching off Sabertooth's head, and Ryan Deadpool Reynolds is then holding his head. What? It makes absolutely no sense, but Sabertooth is going to return from X-Men 1, which I liked his design, you know, with the claws and the beard and the hair. I have no idea who the actor was, but I did like him as Sabertooth in that first movie, and I love that they included a Sabertooth. But what's interesting to me is the vehicles in this. Like, look at the bottom right of this image of Hugh Jackman punching him in the face, or what probably will be claws, and slicing his head off. We already see there's a dead guy in the background on top right, but bottom right, there's a flame-covered motorcycle or old-school type car, and then in the background of Ryan's shot, there's also an old school. On the bottom left, there's like an old tire for like what looks like maybe a motorcycle, but then on back right, there's like an old buggy, like that's like a buggy, like a dune buggy type of deal, rear end. I don't know, so maybe they're like Mad Max Fury Road vehicles in the void or wherever they are right now. I have no idea. But we have finished season 2 of Loki, and we saw Jonathan Majors play Victor Timely, He Who Remains again, and we have now seen him play 6 variants so far in the MCU. We've seen Kang the Conqueror, we've seen He Who Remains in season 1 and season 2, we've seen Victor Timely in season 2, and then in the post-credits scene of Ant-Man Quantumania, we got to see Rama-Tut, Immortus, and Scarlet Centaurian is what I believe we're calling the one on the right. Most importantly to me, I would like to see Immortus again, and I would really love to see Jonathan Majors' Rama-Tut as a main villain for Moon Knight season 2. I think that would be great, but I think so far, Victor Timely, some people didn't like. I thought it was awesome. His like quirky little nerdy ass. I thought his He Who Remains is phenomenal. But I'm not as big a hater on Quantumania as some people are. So that's on my rewatch list, and I'm going to be going back and seeing that soon. So stay tuned for that. But we still don't know what's happening to him in court. So will we actually end up seeing Avengers the Kang Dynasty and seeing, you know, these variants fight off with the Avengers? I really have no idea. I would like to, but I don't know. But season 2 of Loki was by far my favorite show in the MCU so far. So here is my top 9 of the shows. We have WandaVision, Loki. This isn't in order yet, I'm just naming them. WandaVision, Loki, She-Hulk, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, What If Season 1, because Season 2 is not out yet, Secret Invasion, and Miss Marvel are the 9 shows. And here are my order for top 9 so far. As of 2023, these are my top 9 shows. Loki's number 1 with Season 1 and Season 2. WandaVision is number 2 because it's phenomenal. Hawkeye is number 3 because I think I'm recency biased, and I've watched that one recently, and it still holds up as a phenomenal Christmas show. Moon Knight, I was big on Moon Knight. Some people didn't like it. Ethan Hawke, Oscar Isaac, the vibes, the DID. I want to see more of that character. I want to see him with a rated R title. I want to see him with Blade. I want to see him with Deadpool, with Wolverine. I want to see him fucking people up. You know what I'm saying? So that's Moon Knight, number 4. Number 5, She-Hulk. I liked She-Hulk. I liked Tatiana Maslany as the role. I liked Daredevil and her fucking. And She-Hulk, number 5. Number 6, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now we're getting to the bottom of the list. And I will say top 6 I liked quite a bit. But the bottom 3 I liked less than those. Now, number 7 could have been in the top 6, but she's at the bottom. Miss Marvel TV show. As much as I love Kamala Khan as in Iman Vallani, she's great in the Marvels movie, but I like all the other shows a little bit more. So she's at number 7, and then rounded out the bottom, number 8, What If Season 1. Maybe What If Season 2 will boost that ranking, but I don't know. I still liked What If Season 1, even though it's at the bottom of my ranking. And I will say it, number 9, Secret Invasion is my least favorite show, but only because of the finale. The first couple episodes, I was in. I was like, this is cool, I'm into it. But then they just, what they did at the end, fucked it all up. You know, it made it terrible. So then we hated it, and that's why it's at the bottom of the list. But, you know, we've looked back at the TV shows, and, you know, what else did we get this year? So we've only really gotten Secret Invasion as a TV show for Marvel in the 2023, but we got Quantumania, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, we got The Marvels, we got Secret Invasion. I believe was the 4 things we got from Marvel this year, and we're getting What If Season 2 to close it out. What If December 22nd coming this year still, and then we got January 10th Echo, then we got Valentine's Day 2024, Madam Web coming out, then we got Deadpool 3 coming out July 26, 24. We got Kraven the Hunter coming out in August of 24. If that didn't get pushed back, we would have already gotten Kraven the Hunter. So that got pushed back. Maybe that's getting some reshoots. Who knows? And then Venom 3 is filming right now with Tom Hardy. I just saw a picture of him filming. He said it was like the last dance. So maybe this is the last of a solo Venom for him. Maybe the next time we see him is maybe in a Secret Wars or Secret something, you know, an Avengers thing. Maybe he's done. Who knows? But I also saw a picture of him filming in the water. So, like, what is that about? Who knows? You know, some real interesting projects coming up this year. And most of it's Sony stuff. But, you know, as far as what Marvel's putting out there, I'm still interested. And we still might have an Agatha in there somewhere. I'm really hoping we get a Shang-Chi 2. That's long overdue for me. Eternals 2, this is a fan-made poster that I saw. Eternals 2, this looks like a great poster. You know, you're throwing in Kit Harington as a Black Knight in there, and after what we saw from Eternals 1, Eternals 2, Judgment Day, might not be a bad fucking name for that movie, considering it's going to be about Erison the Judge, and your memories are going to judge this planet. You know, like, Eternals 2 could be pretty dope. We know Agatha's showrunner, Jack Schaefer, is also maybe doing a Vision Quest show. This is a fan-made poster, but Vision Quest maybe have Ultron kind of fighting with Vision come back, White Vision, regular Red Vision, I don't know. I would be very interested in that. This is another fan-made poster, but rumors have it that there is a Nova show in the works over at Marvel. I'm super interested to see more of like the Guardians universe, the cosmic side of the MCU, and Nova would be a great character, Richard Rider or the other one. I think it would be a fantastic character to bring into the MCU. But I don't know. As far as I'm almost completed my Marvel rewatch. I'm back up to Daredevil 2003. I went back and did that one. But next up on my list is Elektra, Ghost Rider 2. I still have to finish those ones from before. And then I'm up to this year. I'm up to Secret Invasion, Quantumania, Guardians 3, Across the Spider-Verse we also got this year. Can't forget that. And then the Marvels. So, you know, after those 7 movies, I'm done with my Marvel movie rewatch until the next project that comes out. You know, that's the best part about the rewatch, is that it's always going to be continuing on, because there's always going to be a new Marvel thing coming out. So that's always exciting. So stay tuned for December 22nd. We're going to be talking about What If Season 2. But, you know, all the new Marvel's characters, I really don't know what I like more. The old faces of Hugh Jackman in X-Men 1, or Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2, Stopping the Train, or, you know, Iron Man 1, or Hulk, Edward Norton's Hulk, or the new faces I've seen, like, you know, some, you know, Thor Love and Thunder wasn't that great, but I really want to see Roy Kent as Hercules. I really want to see the end Guardians, even though they're not my Guardians, this new team of Guardians with Kraglin, gigantic Groot, Rocket, Cosmo, Will Poulter's Adam Warlock, you know, like, that team's still interesting to me. I would love to see that, you know. And then most importantly, I would love to see what happens in Beyond the Spider-Verse, the next Spider-Verse movie with Hobie Brown. I would love to see Hobie back. He's by far my favorite person. But recently online, the script was released for Across the Spider-Verse, and the line reads are fucking great in the script. Hobie, just for the record, I quit. He tosses his watch and fucks off through a portal. Peace. You know, like, that's exactly what he does, and it's perfect writing. I loved Across the Spider-Verse. But comment below, what are your favorite projects that we talked about today? What are your most anticipated projects for Marvel in the future, in next year's movies and TV shows? What are you looking forward to? For me, Dune Part 2, House of the Dragon, Furiosa looks pretty great, Godzilla looks pretty great. I'm looking forward to all of it, really. The upcoming Marvel slate for next year, Star Wars slate. So stay tuned, y'all. We'll be talking about it all. And stay tuned this week. We got a movie review coming out for Daredevil 2003 with Ben Affleck. That's an exciting one. Maybe not the best movie, but it's a fun one. So stay tuned for that, y'all. Like this video. Subscribe if you're new. My name is Big Cam. Thank you all for watching. All my links for my other social medias down in the description below. Smash that bell if you don't want to miss future videos. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.